Welcome to Comfort Kills. It is time to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and confident with being uncertain. In each episode, I am going to introduce inspiring guests, thoughts, and ideas for us to reach our fullest potential. I am your host, Jasmine Sandoval, and together we will take this journey to challenge our status quo and be the best version of ourselves. Welcome back to Comfort Kills. Today, let's discuss the very many different sides that we may have. Many may argue that there are many variables when it comes to the different types of personalities and characteristics we may have. Some may say that there are 5, some may say 10, but let's discuss 3 very important different types of sides that we may all share in common. We have our thoughts, we have our feelings, and we have our behavior. So how are these 3 different sides different? Our thoughts. Our thoughts is our mindset. What's going on inside that brain of yours, right? What is going on a day-to-day basis? What are you thinking about? How are you reacting? How are you thinking with your mind and your brain? How are you thinking through a situation? What are your initial thoughts on a situation? How do you react through thought processing in that type of situation? So many different ways you can think things through, right? Do you play it over and over again in your head? I have the tendency to do that. Sometimes I may overthink things. Do you like to think of it once and make a clear decision on it and move forward with your decision on how you're going to react to it later? What's the different ways that you think things through? Do you sleep on it, go to bed, wake up the next day, and really think about how you're going to react to what you've thought through and slept on? Many people think about things differently. It goes in your mind differently. However you receive that information, there are so many ways that you could think things through, right? Some people like to react instantly. They're very quick to react. Some people like to sleep on it. So thought processing, thought analytics, how are you thinking things through? And then there's your feelings. So now you've gone through your heart, your head, and next you're feeling with your heart. How is the message that you just received affecting you? How do you feel about it? What happened? What feelings have been triggered? Are you excited for the news? Are you upset about what you just heard? Are you compassionate about the new breaking news that you just heard about a family member? Are you over the moon excited for somebody else about a promotion? How do you feel? How do you feel about the information that has just been processed through your mind? What are the thoughts that were going on in your head, and what are the actual emotions that are you feeling from that? Those emotions will determine how you then react, which is your behavior, your next step. First you think, then you feel, and then you react, right? How will that now change the way you think? Maybe you think logically, yeah, that makes sense, or yeah, that's great, or no, that's not good. But then your feelings tell you, well, maybe we should have a little bit of compassion and empathize for this person. Or, well, maybe we should be excited for that person. Maybe it's not the promotion we thought was going to happen. They were promoted and we weren't. But are we going to be upset about it? Because you're thinking, oh, that's exciting news. My best friend just got the promotion. But then your feelings are kind of hurt, right? So how are you thinking that through, and how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the information you just received? It could be good news, it could be bad news, it could be terrible news, it could be amazing news. And then lastly, your behavior. So how do you react, right? This is where we have to be very mindful of the way we react, how we say things, and what we're saying. Are we going to be extremely politically correct and make sure that we're saying exactly and robotically what we're supposed to be saying on a Hallmark card? Are we making sure that we behave and react in a way that's not going to offend or hurt somebody? Are we behaving or reacting in a way that's natural and authentic to us? There are so many different situations where you can do so many different things, right? You can be let's take that promotion for the friend, for example. You can behave in a way that goes, yeah, that's great. That's great news. I'm glad you got that promotion. Or you can be overly excited and your behavior can be super over the top. Be excited for them, but know that deep down inside, next time you're going to bust your ass and work twice as hard to make sure that you're not the one that's being passed up. You're going to be the one that's up for the next promotion. Or how are you going to react? Your behavior makes who you are. Your behavior is what everybody else out there will see. You think it through. Nobody really knows what you're thinking. You might have some wrinkles here and there. You might have a really deep thought face going on, but you're going to think it through. You're going to feel it in your emotions. You're going to know how you feel about the news that you just heard, but how are you going to react? So there's different ways to apply this. You can apply this, and I've been applying it to like a work setting, but you can apply this into a relationship with your significant other. You can apply this into a relationship with family members. You can do so many different things. In the next couple of weeks, you're going to meet a lot of amazing guests that I've been interviewing behind the scenes. I've been super busy working and interviewing these guests. Our very first one, it's going to be next week on 9/9, is Lena Lang, and she discusses crucial conversations. And what's really exciting about what she has to say, she has some really great tips about how we can have these types of crucial conversations. All right, so we just heard something, and now we have to have this crucial conversation. It could be, again, in the work setting. It could be in a relationship setting at home with your spouse. It could be any of the above, but now you have to have that moment where, let's not call it a come to Jesus moment, because a come to Jesus moment now automatically puts that other person receiving the information on the defense side, right? We want to call it a crucial conversation. We want to have these tough conversations and know how to approach it from a very sensitive perspective. And then the week after that, we're going to meet Jiva Sam, who is a marriage mentor. Him and his wife have a marriage mentorship business. They have been married for 37 years through an arranged marriage in India. How crazy is that? 37 years of happiness and trials and tribulations, but they made it through this far, and now they're providing marriage mentorship. You're going to learn so many great information about how to handle different types of relationship issues, whether you are still young in your relationship and you're preparing to get married and you're thinking about marriage, whether you're having issues with in-laws, or you are married 20 years, 25, 30 years down the road, and that candle is no longer lit up in flames. There are so many different ways that you can behave in these different types of situations. And our guests are going to discuss this with us, and they're going to give us some tips and tricks, and it's going to be really, really exciting, which is why I wanted to bring this topic today. This topic is so relevant in everything that we do with every person that we speak to. So, moving forward, starting next week, you're going to meet some of our exciting guests who have incredible journeys to share, and they're going to discuss with us their incredible, uncomfortable journey and what got them there to help inspire us. So just remember that at the end of the day, your energy introduces you before you speak. So even though your behavior are not vocally spoken, your actions are still there. Your body language is still there. So keep an eye on those folks, and I'll see you next time. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the last episode. In the detail notes below, you will find our email address. In this email, you can send us a voice memo of your most uncomfortable journey that led you on the path to your most current side hustle. Remember, if you're sending us a voice memo, you are giving us permission to use your voice memo in our next episode or call you and invite you as a guest on the next series. Keep hustling, and I'll see you on the next episode.